If you see commenters, what is the number one key difference that you notice every day? That was the question I asked 3, one of the most advanced editors in the commenting community. Welcome to Chapter 4, where we will be discussing keyframes, graphs, and movement. Her response was, the main difference is their keyframe y-axis. Sometimes they go up, sometimes they go down. Now you may ask, why is this important? Well, for new commenters, keyframes and graphs are one of the biggest factors that make an edit look smoother and more visually appealing. Here is the difference between a non-keyframed video and a keyframed video. Notice the difference. That movement is one of the most important parts of making your edits look more polished. What are keyframes? We are now back in CapCut, and today we will be learning how keyframes and zooms work. So, what exactly are keyframes? Simply put, keyframes are markers that tell the software when something should change. Example, at 0 seconds, the image is small. At 2 seconds, the image becomes bigger. The software automatically creates the movement between those 2 points. That is the basic idea of keyframes. Now let's add some keyframes. You may notice 2 black guidelines in the middle of the screen. These lines help you position your comments correctly so they do not randomly move too high or too low during the animation. What are graphs? Graphs determine animation speed between keyframes. Without graphs, constant speed. With graphs, slow start, speed up, slow down, smooth motion overall. Graphs help animations feel more natural instead of stiff or robotic. Movement, speed, and timing. There are different types of graphs depending on the movement style of your edit. And this is where movement speed becomes important. Movement speed is how you combine keyframes and graphs to match the feeling of the music. For example, since our music is Baby Hotline, we do not necessarily need extremely fast movement. But in videos like this, you can see how dynamic the edit feels because of the movement speed and timing. That is how much movement affects the overall video. If we remove the graphs entirely, the edit ends up looking like this. And that is why keyframes, graphs, movement speed, and timing are all important, not only for commenting edits, but for editing in general. We are almost finished with the series. Only 1 chapter left. I'm proud of you for making it this far and learning the basics of commenting and editing. Hopefully, this series helps future commenters improve and develop their own style. That is all for Chapter 4. See you in Chapter 5.